He needs no introduction, but just in case, tell everybody who you are.
My name is Keith Stelter. I live here in the Permian in Odessa, Texas, and I have been on LinkedIn for a few years now. Started looking for a job in 2020 when COVID hit, and I got released from Wireline and Schlumberger, and started marketing myself, and got featured on David Gibson's show. And
what they call it? What did he call it?
Was that? A minute with Keith.
A minute with Keith.
You know, he had a few different. He had a minute with Andrea, and a few.
You stuck.
There was a few other people. You know, there was one other guy before me, but unfortunately, I took longer to get a job.
That's what it was. I was like, there was a reason. Oh yeah, they gave everybody else a job first, and then they're like, I think he's better at podcasting.
Well, I did not too bad today. I had a nice live stream that was well attended. I
saw that.
You know, about 600 people sign up. And
David Gibson's here, and he'll probably be over here in a minute. But he
also had one today. You know,
he showed me everybody's numbers. You guys did way better because I just got here.
He, you know, it's amazing who will watch it. To me, the amount of countries that tuned in. Today.
Most of my viewers are in foreign countries.
Well,
I have a huge following in Pakistan. I have a guy that comes down from the mountains and his 7 goats once a week to tune in.
Has the satellite dish on the back.
That's all he cares about is my podcast. Yeah. So I've got a huge fan there.
That's amazing because I kind of feel the same way. Like I was looking at some of these countries, you know, Denmark, Gabon, you know, Thailand, Indonesia. You know, it was all over the place, and I was just like, holy crap, really? You're called? I felt pretty special.
You and I together. What if you had a viewer in Russia? And I had a viewer in Ukraine, and we have fans over there. And somehow, some way, they can come together as fans of ours and change the war.
We could negotiate a peace treaty.
Yeah,
we could find some kind of.
You and I, right here, right now, in the Permian Basin, in Midland, Texas, at the AADE Operators Forum, and all these guys are amazing up on stage, telling us all about their drilling programs. But here we are solving the war in the Ukraine.
You know, I'm all for it because, you know, my background, my mother was half Ukrainian. I grew up in a very Ukrainian community.
Of course, I knew this was going to happen.
You know, but some of my best friends working in the oilfield have all been Russian, so I feel like they're probably got more in common than it really divides them. So
I love this guy. So you have huge news. What's the new company you've gone to
I just started as VP of Sales and Marketing for 413 Mechanical. Nice small construction company based out of North Dakota and Colorado, trying to make inroads here in the Permian Basin, and that'll be my job to get their name out there. And
they're not going to be a small construction company for long.
Well,
is what you're saying.
You know, let's just hopefully time will bless me and I'll get a few opportunities.
The
Seems
time
like
is
there's some
now.
of that. It definitely is. I've had some great calls.
Never in the history of our industry has everybody been begging for good companies, good product, good service. So if you have all of that, then it's time to get to work.
Especially, if they can work in the cold and the harsh environments of North Dakota,
then they can't work here. It's too hot.
I'm sure they can get around.
I was
some
just
of the
up
heat.
there. You saw that. I was just in North Dakota,
and you made it back.
It was negative 50. Well, parts of me made it back. There's at least 3 or 4 parts still stuck to things outside.
Years ago, when I was managing at Weatherford Wireline, I had an engineer that got asked to go up there, and then I got transferred out, and I became Permian manager. So this engineer would switch back and forth to go help them.
Okay.
One of the times when I was in the Permian, he went up there in the middle of a snowstorm. I don't know what the current management was thinking, so they sent him up there. They closed the roads, and instead of just getting a hotel and waiting it out, he decides he's going to come back. Well, he gets stuck on a road. He ends up spending almost 48 hours in a pickup on the side of the road.
Yikes.
It's not a place to mess around with.
Didn't lose any body parts.
Didn't lose any body parts, thankfully. But
that's amazing. Well, if anybody finds mine, send them back to me in Oklahoma. I'm a night fire specialist. So 413 Mechanical, what all do you build?
So site construction, piping, grouting. So if you're putting a big compressor in place, you need a concrete footing. Do that sort of work. We'll build leases, finally a little bit of, we'll build a drilling lease too. We'll do the civil work, the strip in and, backfilling for that. A little bit of everything. They got roustabout the services. So I'm excited to learn, it's first kick of the can for me working something like that. And, I'll be calling on a lot of the same clients.
Be ready. Open your door to Keith, will you?
Same clients I was, for my previous position, and already had some pretty good feedback. Heck, some of the people, that I just hung out with as friends. Shout out to the guys at Rotoversal, Dakota Klein. He was like, man, we contract out grouting work all the time when we're putting a generator in. He's like, shit, I'll give you that all day long. And shout out to Petra Reyes, Pump Jack Power. They got substations. She was like, right away, she called me up and she's like, heck yeah, we'll We can help you
There's
out.
no shortage of places that need construction out here.
No,
And it's nothing against any of the other construction companies. They're all amazing as well. There's just only so much we can do.
right? And like I said, it's a small.
We're all
small
looking
company,
for better.
and just kind of fill in here and get their name out there. And
I'd also like to announce that he did beat me at fantasy football, and he wasn't first place. I wasn't last place. We did pretty good this year.
oh, definitely.
You're
Compared to last
Canadian
year.
from
Yeah, I'm
originally.
still learning, which direction the ball goes.
And
I
see,
can't believe there's no
that's
sticks involved.
so frustrating to me because I grew up playing football, and yet somehow I can't win this league. The Canadians are beating us in our own game.
I thought I had it in the bag, man. When I got
Dave
Justin Herbert.
Ramseywood, congratulations on the win.
Congratulations. Yes, sir. You,
I don't know what to do to
we're
celebrate.
unbeatable, unstoppable force. It just seemed like he was scoring. It didn't matter if his opponent scored 90 points or 140 points. He always just had a little bit more.
That's what's oh man, it's not fair. See, so many times I had so many points and still lost. So my loss was always to the guys up top who it's the algorithms in that particular platform, it'll make you insane.
Well, you got to watch like the weeks. I kind of
You
was
gotta
like,
watch the day of and make sure that your guy anyway.
Where
We're getting in the
you're-
weeds.
where your bye weeks are and stuff. I thought I had that all figured
If
out.
you're not in
Just,
fantasy football and in oil and gas, you're missing out. Just saying.
definitely some of the rhetoric. Like I thought I was going to kind of go a little bit farther, so I was very quiet because I was like, as soon as I say something, a little bit of trash talk.
I'd say arguably I'm the best, worst. I mean, I'm
Definitely. You were leading the way, and I
I'm
wanted to
leading
get
the way in
involved
trash talk,
sometimes.
and I doom myself with it. That's what it is.
I don't think that. I think not at all. That's not the reason why you lost.
And I
It's,
go dark, everybody. I get this. I'm not PG on there like I am on here.
No, definitely not. And I didn't want to be either. But like I said, I thought it was kind of coming together at the end there, and
Well, you did well.
I lost off the championship playoff just the last game, and of course it was like Justin Herbert got hurt in the last half. All he had to score was like 3 points in the half. Done. And I was like, oh, okay, well, better luck next year.
Terrifying. Well, we'll do it again next year. You'll have the same job or not. It doesn't matter. But we're both going to be in oil and gas. We're both going to champion our industry. And, hey,
And champion the Permian.
And
That's
champion
one of
each
the
other.
things I like, on my show, and any chance I get. The Permian is a great place.
it's pretty great. I love coming down
A
here.
lot of people, they're like, oh, I don't like how it looks. It's too desert. And I'm like, man, the
It's
people are great
gorgeous.
here. There's lots of opportunities. It's, some of the nicest hotels here now. Like, have you been to the Marriott in Odessa, the brand new one?
I've been to all the hotels here.
It's amazing. Better and better restaurants all the time. A Michelin restaurant that just opened up here at Ally. Like, I love talking.
Come
the Permian
to
up,
Midland,
man.
Texas. If you're in oil and gas or not, sample all the wares. You obviously are going to drive here, fly here, so you're going to use oil and gas to get here, and appreciate what you do in the world. I'm always impressed. Hey, so what's the website for 413?
413mechanical.com. As far as I remember right now, it's my second
That'll work.
day.
Look it up on Google. Obviously, you can. If
Or
nothing
look up
else,
off of my LinkedIn as
Yeah.
well.
they're never going to have more web traffic than after you get a hold of them.
That's what
That's
the goal
definitely-
is and the hope is,
Yeah.
sir. So thanks for having me on. And,
Always, hey, and if you see Keith, ask him to be on this podcast. We all talk about this amongst ourselves to do this stuff. Finding guests, right? Like we please approach us. We want a lot more people to come on our podcast.
and
Every
just,
day we love doing this.
stories, you know what I mean? You don't have to come on and tell, this big, long, list of impressive things or something. Just tell me a time when, man, you got stuck in the ditch and you used some kind of, instead of boards, we use, some sticks off the
That's
side of
what
the road.
Tally Book's all about.
It's that kind of stuff. And I also want to shout out, recently got asked to be on the board of a charity here.
What's the charity?
Tug at Your Heartstrings. It's basically, the goal is to help local kids here in the Permian. And through, direct the contributions, we helped buy a lot of toys for, one of the it's
All
not
the
Sky
families in
High.
need, yeah.
It's the Sky High Ranch. That's what
Sky
it is.
Ranch.
And so we got a golf tournament coming up in April. Is I think one of the first events. So more news to come, but
There you go.
check it out.
Follow Keith, get a hold of his new company and his charity, and promote each other, guys. We're all family, and we love each other.
And if you know people looking for jobs or looking for people, I'd love to help out. I've been pretty blessed with LinkedIn. A lot of people reach out to me, hey, I'm looking for this or I'm looking for that.
Janae, hey, she put this on, by the way. Thank you for that. This is a good
Yes,
job.
Janaea Hayes. She, little fun facts about
Alexis,
her.
oh man, fun facts about Janae. This is our
Fun
new
facts about
podcast.
Janaea Hayes. Huge
gonna-
fan about karaoke. Huge.
Oh, okay, good.
Huge.
Well,
If you want to talk her language. Maybe
Man,
sing her a song.
we could do podcasts just about fun facts about Janaea. This might be our weekly, like, little minute with Keith.
30 minutes later, you'll find my body in an alley somewhere.
She's a good shot and a good aim.
Yes, she is.
All right,
Thank
we're
you,
out of
sir.
here. Take care.